just wanted to give a bit more detail on the tarpaulin loads that I showed in my last video, and in particular the underneath the loads, and in particular to give it a bit more character. And I made some of these previously. I've just basically taken some rough balsa wood spares and I've just made little crate shapes with the various supporting brackets, braces, whatever you want to call it, on the outside. Now, they don't have to be neat because they're going to be covered up, and once it's all painted and weathered, it just gives you the impression that underneath there is a crate-like object to be seen. So it really doesn't take a lot to do this. Just some basic shapes, whatever size you want to fit whatever wagons you want, and then it's a case of using some kitchen roll or any other type of paper towel, and just with a water PVA mix, soak it, cover it over, fit it to shape, and then just let it dry and paint it. One other tip is when you're doing this, use a plastic lid as a base. That way when the PVA dries, it won't stick down, and you can easily just pick it up once it's all dry and do some further work. Here you can see it's in various stages. These ones here have been dried slightly, and then I've folded the paper towel tarpaulin into shape. These ones here are just in the process of drying, so once this part is dry, I can then just dip the paper towel into a PVA mix, or use a brush it on, and then fold it into the required shape. As you can see, you can get some very convincing tarpaulin covers done quite easily, and once they're painted and weathered and placed on your wagons, you have some realistic looking loads. These are the finished articles. I seem to have lost the footage of doing the painting of these, but you've seen that before. It's no big secret. It's just pick your color, and once the base color's on, a bit of dry brushing with a lighter color of something that is similar. So for example, I used a sort of medium blue color, and then for dry brushing I used a very light blue and dry brushed it to highlight all the edges and corners, etc. And for the khaki color, I used a light khaki color that I have for dry brushing it. And I think on these ones similar, but I think on these I used a light grey. It has a similar effect. It's just to accentuate the shapes underneath the tarpaulin. As you can see, that's it all on a wagon, just to show what it looks like. Just wanted to show you something that I got recently off the well-known auction site at, I have to say, a bargain price. This is a Wiesmann semaphore form signal. As you can see here, one of these, it's item 4470, and these come with a built-in digital decoder and what I thought was an electric motor, but I actually think it's just a little servo that is right in the base here. As you can see, I've got this hooked up. I will show it in operation in a minute, because I use my phone with the Z21 app to control the layout, and my manual controller is too far away for me to film and operate this at the same time, so I'll show that in a little second. But as I said, I got these, well, this one, and another one came along with it. This was actually listed as broken for spares or repair, but I've actually managed to get this operational again. As you can probably notice down here, the little housing on this one is different. I've had to put that myself because that was missing. It seemed to have broken off, and I think one of the issues was the little servo inside it wasn't running smoothly. So basically I took the bottom off and took everything out, the little circuit board and the servo, just basically just see how this worked, fit it all back together, and lo and behold, when I went to program it, it actually started working. So I just had to use a little signal or electrical junction box of some sort and just cut a notch out for the wire that pulls the arm up and down. As I said, that one is, if I can get it in close, is a lot bigger than the one that you get with it. I would say actually the one that I've put in, if I turn it around, has got some detail on it, whereas the one that you get is actually just very plain. What I have done, and I hope it comes out there, is I've actually painted these, because when you get them they're all just one uniform green colour, so I've made it difficult to see in this light. The base is a sort of a dark concrete sort of grey. The cabinet is a light grey, and I've left the rest of the mast its usual sort of grey-green colour. As I said, this one here, slightly different and more detail on it, but it works now, so I'm quite pleased with that. As I said, I got this for a bargain price. I'm not going to say what that was, but you know the price of these new. You just have to look on any online shop or even on that well-known auction site, and you'll see what these are going for brand new. And I got these considerably cheaper than that. The benefit of these ones compared to the older semaphore signals, apologies for the focus here, is the older ones worked or operated with a coil solenoid type switch, and protruding underneath about 10 centimeters maybe was the solenoid mechanism, so you had to make sure there was plenty of room under your layout to fit them. These, as you can see, are relatively flat and can just be attached to the baseboard. There's still a little bit of height on these, so I will actually make a hole in my baseboard and sink them down by this distance here, so that basically this bit at the back here will be level with the ground. So I think it looks a bit better, and hides all this hole here where you're supposed to attach it with the screw, etc. And then I can just blend it in to the landscape. So if you just bear with me now, I will move this closer to my other controller so I can show you some shots of this actually working. Okay, so here it is, just set up temporarily on the layout. I think in this light here you can actually see the color a little bit better. And there at the bottom of the base you can see the original dark green, and then the grey that I've painted the base, and then the light grey for the cabinet. And actually, roughly where this is, I think I'm going to place it here and replace that light signal, because on the branch line I've got semaphore signals, and this is really the only light signal that I have, apart from the small shunting signals over there. So I think I will actually place this one here. Not quite sure where the other one will go, but anyway, here we have it. As you can see with the digital control, if I can get this to focus, the arm has the typical bounce when you switch it, which I think is really rather cool. And also it's a nice smooth motion. The similar signals I've got with the solenoid motors, it's usually just a thunk and it just moves up and down with no slow movement at all. Not very realistic, although they still look good. But this is just a different level. So the installation should be relatively straightforward. Just remove some of the gravel and the grass, and just cut a little hole to, as I said, sink it down. I think I've looked at it, it's probably about 5-6 millimeters to make the back of it flush with the layout, and then the front just a little bit raised. And then I can get this integrated into the landscape. So that's another little project that I've given myself to do, and as usual I shall film it and keep you updated on it. Now, just as a comparison between the new digital semaphore signal and the old one, here's an old one, and as you can see, and here makes a loud sort of clunking noise, and the arm movement is very rapid. Still a nice signal, but the digital one with the slower movement does look a whole lot better. Let me just keep on getting out of focus. There we go. See, I'm hoping you can hear that quite clearly. One other thing that I will say about the older signals that I think is better is the base is a lot smaller, and if you do the installation correctly and paint it and what have you, it does, in my opinion, look a whole lot better than the new one that's got the larger base around it. But I will do my best to blend it in. I think here you can see on this one exactly how small the footprint of the base is once it's properly installed. the last thing I wanted to show you that I got along with the digital semaphore signals is this sound module. Again, very good price for this. And when I saw it, I thought, yeah, I'll have that, and I know just the place to put it. But before I show you that, let's just hear the sound. There are different sounds you can program on this, and I'm pretty sure you can do a lot of things digitally with it as well, and connect an external speaker if you want to. But I'm just going to start with the basics, so let's hear the sound. I think that sounds really good, and yeah, excuse the crudity of the temporary wiring, but that's just really for test purposes. And if I take you across, I think I am going to, well, not think, I know, I'm going to install it just underneath the church here. If I can just very carefully lift this up. It's just some polystyrene with some plaster bandage over it, so I should be easily able to cut the right size hole for that, so it's just sitting flush with the surface, and then just put the church here on top, and then get that connected up, and should then be able to switch the bells on and off as I see necessary. So that's another little thing that I need to do. And with that, that's everything for this update. Hope you enjoyed it, and keep watching and look out for my next video. Thanks again. Bye.